myself an aneurysm doing that.
Oh, Tommy.
It's getting so red.
Tommy, somebody's letting the air out of the balloon.
Like
Welcome to the break room. It's Monday. It's Motivational Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Positive Monday.
Positive Monday. Welcome to the Break Room, New Rockstars live show that brings you the nerdy news directly from our actual break room here at New Rockstars headquarters. I'm thrilled to be Zach Huddleston and joined by equally thrilling Brandon Barrick.
Oh, hello.
Jessica Clemons.
Hey, it's really bright on that TV.
Yeah, we're really bright. If we're bright at home, do not adjust your computer settings.
And on the darker half of the table here, Tommy Bechtold.
Good day.
Oh, no. He needs motivation.
Keep it Gucci to Moochie,
Keep it
baby.
Gucci to
I'm
Moochie.
still a little hoarse from a wedding I attended.
Yes. I'm a little cow.
Yeah,
Okay.
a calf.
Coming up on
Yeah, those are
today's
called
show, we got She-Hulk. We actually have a good amount of interesting She-Hulk news. A little Rogue One news. Ewan McGregor out there talking smack. Stick around for all of that.
Talking smack.
Talking SmackDown.
He's talking a lot of
Is he talking
sheesh.
sheep?
Yeah.
Oh, hello there, Smack.
Oh.
And
Goodbye there, bitch.
Put on a shirt. Put on a shirt. Fine.
And shout out to everybody throwing out the trash bags in the chat.
my
We appreciate
trashies.
you. We appreciate everybody in the chat. Oh, look at there, Graveyard, Depraved Gourd.
This garbage pail kid name sticking with it, Graveyard. I like it.
Bless you, Graveyard, throwing in a super chat. We appreciate everybody that throws us a couple doubloons in the super chat. We're going to do a redemption a day. Every $50 we hit in a super chat, in honor of Motivational Monday, we're going to do a motivational speech. 60 seconds,
That's
1
right.
minute.
60 seconds on the clock. And I'm not going to rhyme it with anything else that came to my mind initially. 60 seconds on the clock to do your best motivation, your best jubilation, your best emancipation of bad feelings. Set them free.
With no aggravation. That's
That's
right.
right.
And some of these they're going to be inspired by famous film motivational speeches, but really aimed at you, the audience, because we're motivated. We want to share that with you, our break roomies, our breakers.
Are complete barrels of trash. Although, as I always try and say, Monday is trash day. So there's a chance the trash has all been taken out.
That's right.
Prove me right.
Maybe they're fresh bags. F in the chat for the fresh bags. Okay, but first, we want to get to some headlines.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice. In an interview with Variety, the Duffer Brothers, creators of Stranger Things, have pledged that they're going to focus more on the original cast in the upcoming season 5. I guess it was in response to wow, they've added so many characters. That last 10 minutes of the final episode, when they have to kind of show all the characters and where they're at as the season ends, you're like,
Better focus on how they're going to kill one.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kill them kids.
Kill them kids.
They keep introducing people and then using them to
Oh,
kill.
well, they are killing
They
the
get killed.
kids. Kids are being killed. Okay?
In the show?
On the show.
well, none. I mean,
I guess Eddie was technically an adult.
I want to see
I'm
some of
muted.
the OG kids.
Yes.
We got to get to the bottom
yeah,
of this mic issue.
even Max, who is not.
Always muted.
Okay, well, we're fixed
I'm
now.
unmuted now.
John, are we
More
good on
like
audio?
Gucci to Mute-chi.
Gucci to Muty.
We're getting L's in the chat. Screw you, big random un. Why don't you throw yourself in a dumpster and light it on fire and do the world a
Stop,
favor?
it's motivation.
Motivation.
Can you put this on?
I can.
Well,
put
and
it
they
on,
went
you
on to
girl.
say, we're doing our best to resist for season 5, adding more characters, right? We're trying not to do that so we can focus on the OG characters.
I hope that freaking Mike's weird serial killer father gets just a whole episode where he's wandering around buying groceries a bunch of stranger things keep happening in this town. Mike, I wish, what would be really strange is if you did the damn dishes.
Yeah.
Maybe if you mowed the lawn when I asked. I don't know why he's like a weird Hank Hill character to me. Even though
Also, doesn't it seem like every season his mom and his dad get farther apart in age?
Yes. That guy's aging like a freaking rotten eggplant on a shelf. And that mom is aging like the finest wine.
Uh-oh.
Carabuano.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
I mean,
Molto bella carabuano, I love you.
Stop him.
Mike's dad like stormed the Capitol, right?
Oh yeah,
No.
at like 97 years old
Yeah.
in 2021.
He's the equivalent of Todd in The Boys. Like, he is so problematic.
Yes.
He's problematic.
Maybe he gets his in the final season. We'll find out.
Kill the kids! Kill the kids!
Kill the dads. All dads must die.
All tertiary characters die. We're left with an Earth only populated by the original children of Stranger Things. If you're hoping to brush up on your Rogue One knowledge ahead of Andor getting released, hey, you could do that in the theater.
Oh, baby.
No need to stream it or pop in a DVD. August 26th, Rogue One will be re-released in IMAX theaters, along with an exclusive look at Andor itself. Hey, our friends at IMAX, send us a ticket.
Yeah, we love the little sneak peek screen.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it's worth it to see that in theaters again because that had some of the best like vistas in the Star Wars movies. That sequence of Jedha getting blown up by the Death Star, spoiler alert, nerds. So good on like the big screen. Saul Guerrero on the big screen. Get the buckle. The buckle knows.
Oh, got it. Bigger. Oh, got it.
You too. Oh my God.
It's Monday. It's Positive Monday. By the way,
Motivational
keep
Monday.
it positive. We're $37 away. $37 away from a motivational speech. You want to hear me blow out my voice for
Tommy
good?
can barely speak.
I'm hanging in there. I was doing too many renditions of the Cha-Cha Slide
Why?
out on the day because I was at a wedding.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
And they weren't playing the cha-cha slide.
No,
They
he
weren't.
was-
I
he
just
was-
kept yelling, slide,
He was
crisscross,
This was like Tommy.
crisscross. It's like we're trying to say our vows.
he was. I was gonna say you were shouting that over Hey Ya.
Yeah.
He was just trying to.
All right. Next headline.
Okay. Ewan McGregor was at Boston Fan Expo this weekend, and he had a couple interesting things to say. We love it when actors show up at these cons and like
Yeah.
drop some little nuggets that get aggregated. Firstly, he said that the series Obi-Wan originally had a different storyline. It was going to focus more on Obi-Wan and Luke. It was going to be that, and that was like one of the genius moments where they were like, "Wait a minute, what
Let's
if we
not.
did Leia instead?"
Yeah,
right?
because like that would make A New Hope so much weirder. If
It
it's
would
like,
be.
I don't know much about you except for those 8 episodes we spent together.
Like
In the future.
9 years ago. Yeah. In the future.
Yes.
Yes. And then the other little bon mot that he dropped was that somebody asked, I think, would you want to join the MCU? And he was like, I'm in this Star Wars world. I'm not looking for that. That is
Hell yeah.
a reverse thirsty set
Yeah.
thespian.
I think he's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a drenched dramatist.
A saturated scene stealer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anders Johansson and Gravoy, throwing in some super chats there. We'll circle back and answer some of those. Also, I'm not sure. I love it when we get folks from other countries and then the super chat shows up in a different denomination.
Yeah.
NOK, is that Norwegian, maybe?
Nah.
Something, a kroner? I don't know.
I have no
Anders,
idea. If you
tell
know-
me.
If you know what it is, call
Anders,
in,
super
please.
chat us again with more money to tell us what it is. That's how you get
But
it.
every once in a while, we see folks from Europe, our Canadian brethren, with the Canadian dollars. We appreciate you. It's
Norway.
Norwegian, I
Don't say
guessed
it.
it. Yeah.
Zach, you pointed out that Ewan showed up for a comic book. He was in Birds of Prey.
Yes.
He was a great villain. He was a
Right.
great villain.
Fine with being in the DC.
He was
studio.
Serino, or the Black Mask guy,
Yeah.
right?
Well, his wife was in it too.
Yes.
I would do anything with my husband. I don't have a husband.
Anything?
Okay, not like murder.
Camera 4?
Pop the question,
Sean,
Tommy.
I said that you were my husband, and I felt so bad. People were super chatting, being like, "I wanted Tommy. I didn't know they was already taken. I'm sorry,
Too
Jessica."
bad.
And
Save
I-
your coins.
Also, if people really believe that, they'd be like the microaggressions would be that much more closely monitored. Is everything okay at home?
Oh my
like, what's
God.
going on? Yeah.
Why is Tommy shying away from her every time she shouts?
What happened last night?
Flinches so much.
In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Aaron Taylor Johnson of the upcoming Craven, the current Money Train, previously
Yeah.
Quicksilver in Age of
Yes.
Ultron, revealed that he turned down a role in Deadpool 2, which was directed by Bullet Train director David Leitch. Didn't say why.
No.
So he started
I
down.
think he said they had conversations for a minute now. I don't know why he's Australian.
Is he Australian?
He had us. Hang on, let me get it. We had a bit of talk about it. At the end of the day, it
Carl
just
Urban?
didn't fit into my schedule.
Yeah, I think he's English.
Putting together a team.
Is he?
I like what you did to Becca.
There's been so many of those in the headlines. Did you see the Giancarlo Esposito being like, I think they wanted me for Loki?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
coming
talking
up.
about.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did we see it now?
No, let's jump right to that.
Yeah.
He said that, he kind of mentioned that like they came to him with an offer to be in Loki, and we're kind of that's interesting. Like, what do you think role he was being offered?
Sylvie.
Yeah.
Put him in a wig. He can do it.
He can pull it off.
Maybe it was between him and Richard E. Grant.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe it was between him and
that
Richard E.
makes a
Grant.
lot
Which
of
insane to me
sense.
because I'm like, they are two very different actors, but they're both very stoic.
Do you
But
think-
Richard E. Grant is bigger to me, or bigger as in like a bigger, like, holy crap, than
Yeah.
seeing Giancarlo. I see Giancarlo Esposito all the time. I barely see Richard Grant anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's
Well,
bigger
and
to me.
I also like, because Richard E. Grant has kind of, he's English, dark hair, like Hiddleston,
Yeah, like
right?
him.
So it's like, he looks like an alternate older version
Yeah.
of Tom Hiddleston, kind
Is
of.
there a world where he was He Who Remains and could have been the Kang?
'cause
of the
maybe they were
MCU.
going a different direction.
gonna go with an
that.
older-
Well,
Have an older
and we don't know.
wizened
Maybe
Kang.
at one point they still had Jonathan Majors in mind, but not all the variant Kangs look the
Yes.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
which is fine. Didn't they have like all of those Lokis were all very, very much, I mean, one was an alligator.
Yes.
One was an animal.
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to
a
put a
lot
black
were the
man.
same, but a lot were very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old, beautiful black man.
And it's also, we were also joking because Giancarlo lately, who's been tearing it up on the con scene, man, that
Oh,
guy's
yeah.
been giving some of the best quotes out there. He's always a
always
good
What do you
time.
think? You think he just likes to travel? Because he is at every convention
He
right
has
now.
fun. He was in.
Yeah, he does have a great time.
We casted him in a College Humor show last season, and he was just like, "I just do this for fun," and I was like, "You're a man of millions of dollars."
I don't know how long he's been acting for, but
long
like
time.
someone like Bryan Cranston who didn't find success until much later in their
Maybe.
acting
Yeah,
career,
yeah.
and then they soak it up and they love it.
Well,
and they're so
and
there for the
Giancarlo's
fans.
been around forever. I mean, Do the Right Thing was
Yeah.
mid-'80s, right?
School days.
But like he leveled
fans
up
loved him
much
after Breaking
later
Bad,
after
yeah.
Breaking Bad.
And you
things
get
like
that, you get that freedom to do more things that you're having fun with once
yeah.
you're like at that age of stoic
And like, you know, when you're in your maybe 50s, 60s, however old he is, like, you know, also maybe your kids are out of the house. You know what I mean? You get to kind of bask in the glow, reap the rewards of this great career that you've lived. But we were also saying, because he had that great quote a few weeks ago, where he's like throwing out potential Marvel roles you could play, and he said Dr. Freeze, which is not a character. So we were like, could he be confused? Was he approached maybe about Moon Knight or Hawkeye or some other series?
Actors that genuinely just don't know the characters are so funny to me. I wanted to play Hat Man. Doesn't he wear a lot of hats like I do? Like they're just coming up with names.
I still love after like Kurt Russell got cast as Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy, and someone asked him immediately like a red carpet about it. He's like, "How do you feel about playing Ego in the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy?" And he's like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." He had signed
What
the
does that even
contract.
mean?
He's like, "I don't get this mumbo jumbo."
The waffle? I made you laugh, and that's
like
all
that.
that matters.
Yeah. Oscar Isaac stunt double, Darren Nope. Sorry
Yep.
if I'm mispronouncing your name there, Darren. He posted a photo. We have this photo. Kind
very
of a
phallic.
throwback to when he was in Egypt. Okay, Tommy.
Oscar, this reminds
say
me
that.
of me and you putting our costumes on. Huh?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Couple
so-
of bishops.
I
Couple of bishops on the chessboard, huh?
Yeah, that's a real Rorschach for you. Everything is phallic to you. Hey, speaking of Canadian dollars, match 143. Thank you, friend
Yes,
from
thank
the
you.
north.
Oh, $69 currently.
Hey,
Nice.
now, okay, that means we have unlocked a motivation. We'll find out soon who's going to give that motivational speech. Thank you to everybody. But he kind of, that post was all about like, hey, we should make a season 2, which is, again, a thirsty thespian kind of a move.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot about specifically Moon Knight lately. Oscar Isaac, the director.
I think they're just a great team of people that really like working together, and they're gonna make it very obvious that they really want another season. And I'm okay with that, and I applaud that because
Yeah.
it's really hard to find like a team of everyone you really enjoy creating something so culturally great, and then being like, we want to move it forward with the second season.
I agree. 1 minute on the clock. Camera 4, please.
Tommy's going to
Tommy's
do a
taking-
I
motivational
thought you
speech.
genuinely were
Here
answering
we
a
go.
phone call.
Listen to me. A lot of people in the chat, a lot of people that watch our show might think that me calling you trash or garbage person is an insult. Maybe me saying that you're not worth the banana peels and orange peels and old open Campbell's soup cans that surround your habitats. Let me tell you about a man who made a difference in a lot of people's lives. His name was Oscar the Grouch. And he lived on Sesame Street, and he had a best friend named Slimy, who was a worm. And he's currently alive, so this past tense phrasing of him is
20 seconds left.
confusing. Oscar the Grouch got up every single day, even though he was in a pissed off mood, and he still went out there, and he showed up for his friends, and he gave the tough advice when he needed. So maybe some of you need a hug, or maybe some of you need a kick in the ass today. Well, I'm here to do both. I'm here to hug you, and I'm here to kick your ass.
What a motivational
motivation! Nice work, Tommy.
gosh.
Thank you.
Tommy,
Oh
on
my
time and
gosh.
under budget, my
Thank you.
man.
I will say, in that Moon Knight news, and there has been a lot of buzz about it, Kevin Feige's about to be the drama teacher who pins the gas list on the wall at D23.
It's the freaking dance moms, and they're gonna build a pyramid.
everyone is making their case now.
It does make me think that somehow it has been communicated to this crew that, like, your show's on the edge.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not guaranteed. It's not easy money like Loki, where it seemed like they were renewed from the second that show came out.
Yeah.
And it's also not like maybe something like Hawkeye, where there's never going to be a second season to that. They'll do a Kate Bishop season or an Echo season or something like that. So it's like, it must have filtered down that's like, could go either way. You guys should
build
probably
that buzz.
hustle on social media, right?
It also is like I love them for this. They knew they were like, hey, you get one season. We're gonna even post this on like for the Emmys as a limited series, and they were like, okay, well, we're just gonna leave the ending so open ended.
I love it.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, my phone's not on silent because I need the timer to be able to ring. Sorry, guys. Let me just see if that was
texting?
Hollywood calling.
Who are you texting?
My Uncle Jimmy. Hi, Uncle Jimmy.
Shout out Uncle
to
Jimmy.
you. Oh, he sent me a aloha, it says. And something very religious that I won't read on here. Love you, Uncle Jimmy.
Love you, Uncle Jimmy. Our next headline, a new 30-second spot for She-Hulk, which we do have. We have the image, John? Okay, great, which we'll throw the image up. It reveals a classic mutant from the comics, El Aguila. Who is this character? Who's kind of a Zorro-like character who's also traditionally in the comics is a mutant. He's kind of a swashbuckler, and I think I'm saying his name right, Aquila, something like that. But he's getting thrown on the hood of a car, right, by Man-Bull. It looks like we're getting a lot of really fun D and E level Marvel characters maybe showing up on the periphery of the show.
It's very much like Suicide Squad or Peacemaker, where you can just kind of throw in some of the random ones. And you know, if this was a mutant in the comics, I don't know if they'll call it out as a mutant on She-Hulk, or if we'll get our second mutant in She-Hulk. I would assume we would.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
Mac Lopez says El
Agila. Oh, like it's a hard G on that?
El
Okay.
Agila.
Thank you, Mac Lopez. El Agila. Cool. I've read a lot.
Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, okay. I will still find a way to mess it up, despite your
El Angela.
but I love it, and I love it, like, because you have to imagine they don't want to burn good, well-known characters they haven't used yet.
Right.
So it's like they're digging deep into the
yeah.
bucket, right? I've read a lot of comics. I've never heard of El Agila at all, which is wonderful. Thank you, Diego Rodriguez. You might be pushing us up. We're getting dangerously close to a second motivational.
Wow.
Monday.
Whoa, we're there.
Glenn
Whoa.
Travis just did it. Thank you.
$200 if I'll cut my beard? I can't. That's what hides my giant face from the public.
I
He
like
needs it
shaving
for
face,
Hollywood.
Tom.
Needs him to have a beard. Hollywood will pay tens of thousands of dollars to make this boy shave. So you gotta put
right.
up.
Unless
Yeah,
you're
cast me in a TV show and I'll shave.
That's
fine.
willing to shave, as he says in his slate.
That's right. I say desperate to shave. Everywhere.
Get Manscaped on the phone.
And another little She-Hulk tidbit. Supposedly, this came out, She-Hulk is going to introduce a Tony Stark wannabe character named Todd, played by the actor John Bass.
Todd,
which is a great name. Producer Wendy Jacobson described the character as a billionaire playboy philanthropist douchebag who wants more than anything to feel like Tony Stark, but comes off as John Bass.
The actor.
The actor.
Oh, I messed that up. Bass said that.
Oh, okay. He said that,
not Wendy
the
Jacobson.
producer.
She said another quote about how funny he is. So that was my fault. Not to misquote anyone, John Bass referred to himself self-effacingly.
He said he'll be playing a John Bass type on the show. But I like that. Like, we were speculating, like, could Todd be a Marvel character? Is this just like a random rich guy that she interacts with or dates or something like that? Like, what's your best guess?
He'll probably be like a bad version of Tony Stark, because I don't think he's going to be like a powered person. He's just going to be like a rich.
Well, when you say
douche.
bad version, do you mean like some of the other evil rich people?
I mean, like, not altruistic.
I want to save my prediction for something very exciting we have coming down the pipe. But I do believe that he will start off as someone who goes on a date with her, and that date goes wrong, and that motivates him to maybe behave in a way that is uncouth and dangerous to all people.
Okay.
We got 140 GTQs coming in.
John, figure out what currency that is. Zus 13, thank you very much.
That's the Gran Turismo quarters.
Guatemalan dollars.
Yes.
My man.
Also, it looks like Jessica is giving the next motivational speech.
Okay.
But we're not far away from another one after we add all these up. I mean,
I'll
look
do one
at
of these.
Okay.
I'll do one
Jessica,
Hang on, 1 minute on the clock.
Can we get a minute on the clock? Again,
on the
she's
clock
going to
for
draw
Jessica.
motivation. She herself is going to get motivated by a classic
change some of the words.
Hollywood speech.
Okay, I'll try to do it like the
And
speech.
begin.
Okay.
Hey! Watch the break room and you may die. Run and you'll live, at least a while. And dying in your bed many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one more episode of the break room? Just one chance to come back to Twitter and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our watch time!
Yes! You still got 30 seconds, so...
You guys are really great people. And if you're having a really hard week, it's Monday. It just started. But also, you're allowed to have a bad week.
Yep.
And you're allowed to be as upset as you want to be because you are living and you are a person. And people have feelings. And you're allowed to express your feelings. Just make sure you're not harming yourself or others. And I'm okay with what you do.
Yes!
And
Nice
if you
motivation.
want to harm yourself in a fun, safe environment with some tarps and ropes, call me up. I have a little side business.
What's that side business called?
It's called Tommy Takes Over.
Tommy.
Tie me up, Tommy.
Sign me up.
Tie me up,
That's
Tommy.
like time me for Tommy there. All right, guys. $21 more. Still someone else can motivate you in ways you never thought possible.
Wow.
And I'll say this. If we get above 250, I'm going to deliver a really special motivational speech.
Oh, boy.
Something I've been cooking up for a while to get the break roomers ready and excited as we approach. You know, we have our 100th episode coming up.
Yes.
Then it's right after that, it's spooky season, okay?
Yes.
We're going into Halloween, and we're not doing Halloween for a week on the break room. We're not doing Halloween for a fortnight like Shakespeare. October 1st, Halloween begins on the break room. And we're getting spooky. I'm getting decorations in here. I've got my boy, Gorgash, whom some of you have known, has followed me around for a long time. Gorgash has moved into interior design. Better Homes and Gardens described his most recent design as what?
I hate when you do that.
So Gorgash will be in here chopping up the studio, chopping people apart. Maybe we might have live body parts. I'll swallow a goldfish. I don't know. Halloween's fin to be crazy. So that's all I got to say about that.
I'll probably dress up every day.
I plan to.
Yes.
31 days of cosplay, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. Not
I dress
promising
up
that.
every day. I wear the mask of a happy man.
Oh, no.
no.
Somebody needs some Monday motivation.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we have huge plans. And this is a good point to talk about some things we have coming up. Thank you to everybody that watches every day. We've got some cool things cooking. We're not too far off from our 100th episode. We're going to do a big Tomicon level event for the 100th episode.
But not so focused on me. It's an inclusive. We got the core four here.
That's right. It's gonna
We're
be
getting everybody
Bechtold
Thought it was
Con.
about to be the core one.
The Bechtold Con is that
Bechtold.
you guys let me host the show every day. That's the ultimate Bechtold
What's the
Con.
Bechtold test? Just making
The
sure, Tommy.
Bechtold test, I've said this before, and I try and stay consistent, is when two men talk to each other about snacks without mentioning a woman.
That's impossible.
Film juice. Juice, how dare you? How dare you show your face on this episode, Film Juice?
Film Juice, always in cahoots with Graveyard, always mixing it up with our other chat menaces. Film Juice is probably, he'll get like or they, I don't know, or she will give like $300 to get us to just ram our heads into a brick wall.
I know. Shaman, you won't rest until I'm dead.
If you're diagnosed, for every $300, I'll get a doctor to diagnose me with CTE on the show live.
Wait, so if we hit 600, you'll get 2 diagnoses?
I'll get a second opinion.
You might need it if you have bad enough CTE.
And for 900, I'll kill that doctor.
That's not that much money.
Okay, but also
I've killed for less.
Other things that are coming up. We've got 100th episode coming up. We've got the entire October of this show is going to be wild and a lot of fun. And this week we're going to be doing. Obviously, She-Hulk comes out this week. We've got a couple more She-Hulk headlines to go over. We, the 4 of us, also Koi, Eric Owusu, John, a couple other familiar faces from the break room. We're all going to be doing a She-Hulk prediction fantasy draft.
Yes.
Okay? Where we're going to be things like fun Marvel cameos, which character might die, like all kinds of predictions. We're going to be drafting those so we can compete all season long. The winner of that competition is going to get both their face on the back wall as the employee of the month. Okay?
Yep.
And
I'm calling it the Wall of Champions.
The Wall of Champions.
The Wall of Champions, because the plan is if this She-Hulk League takes off, we're going to do this for other shows.
Every series.
And maybe movies. Yeah.
And we're toying with like what the other part of the prize is, but probably white glove service level fancy meal served live on the break room.
Talking a steak dinner brought in by a professional server.
Oh, can we each
from a
choose our
Michelin
meal?
star
Yes,
restaurant.
yeah, from like a death row meal style.
Yeah.
Mine's
what
gonna
do you
be
want?
a cherry pie from McDonald's.
Oh.
6 of them.
Well, I'm sure that the people that pay for this show are desperately hoping you predict correctly, because mine's going to be 7 steaks stacked on top of each other with a live lobster holding them together like a toothpick, all on a bed of polar bear testicles.
You know what? Hearing that meal motivates me, but I really need Brandon to read us a motivational speech. Here we go. We did another prediction.
1 minute on the clock, Brando.
Okay, this is. I'll give it a little Pacino. Too.
Okay. Ooh.
I gotta get in the zone. Now, I can't make you do it. You gotta look at the commenter in the chat next to you. Look into their eyes. Now, I think you're gonna see a breaker who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a roomie who will sacrifice themselves for this team because they know when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for them. Woo! Okay? That's a team, trash bags.
Yes.
And either we heal now as a team or we die as individuals.
Wow.
That's the break room. That's all it is. Now what are you gonna do?
Oh.
Wow. You still got another 15
You got 15
seconds.
more seconds if you want to add anything.
Hey, and believe in yourself.
Yes. Yes. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
Believe it.
Believe it.
That's a Naruto reference.
Oh.
There we go. Good motivation, Brandon.
Yes, wonderful. Time's up on
Thank
the clock.
you. MJ 2997.
$26 more to complete the set.
SEO Panther. Thank you for everybody.
I have a little theory here on why Zach has not won yet. I do believe that the chat knows that probably of the 4 of us, the person here most likely to someday deliver a motivational speech is Zach.
Yeah.
And what they understand right now is they could be moved to tears by any genuine motivational speech given by Zach. So right now, I think there's a little fear from the chat.
Wow.
I sense a little fear. They're like, well, if I put $26 more in the super chat, my life might change forever. And that's the type of step that feels scary on a Monday. I don't know. I just bought different fabric on my underwear for the first time. I'm not doing the stiff cotton anymore. I'm doing the soft tri-blend fabric with an elastic waistband that makes me go, maybe I don't jump into a river today. Maybe I wade in and I swim a few laps and then wade out.
Is this a hypothetical viewer's monologue, or is this his Tommy's monologue?
You know what? I blacked out about 2 minutes ago.
All right, okay.
Dear Lord.
She-Hulk head writer Jessica Gao. Is that how we're pronouncing her last name?
Yeah, that's
Am I
how
saying
I
that right?
did.
Thank you. Spoke with TV Line and shed some light on when the show takes place on the MCU timeline, which that's interesting because not all these series has been confirmed to be kind of sequential, right? With how they're released to us. It's not necessarily how they're taking place in the MCU. And she said that the series is set not too far after Shang-Chi. It's not like years later, it's a relatively short amount of time. And that's important because in Shang-Chi, we saw Bruce Banner.
We see him at the end of Shang-Chi after the events of that film, and he's a human, and he's got the sling.
Yes.
We
also saw Abomination in that film as well.
Yeah.
Confirmed, Emil Blonsky
and
confirmed
Wang,
to
we
be in
said
this.
Wang in that show. And we've seen, in the trailer footage, we've seen both a Smart Hulk and a Bruce, a regular Bruce.
Yes.
In the car with her, and that clip of them riding in the car, I think he had the sling on in that,
did.
so it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
It makes
Hopefully we'll get
sense.
some idea of what's going on with all
I
of this.
still just want to know like the year, which I think we do know. I think because we were like Shang-Chi is like by his age 2024, but then it's like on the MCU timeline on Darvel Plus. I don't know why I was gonna say that. Disney Plus. It's just there's Eternals there too. So I'm like, is this?
Yeah, I don't always trust the timeline on Disney Plus.
I don't.
I think they passed that down to an intern. It's not getting backed
But
up by
it's
anyone.
so that you're going to the
Because it does seem like it's Shang-Chi happens, and then like Spider-Man No Way Home happens, and then
So that is
and
also
then
true.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness happens, and then Miss Marvel happens. Moon Knight, we don't know where that really
It was
fits
big.
in.
They put that and Hawkeye like right before Miss Marvel, and the timeline, which is true.
Hawkeye and
Spider-Man's not
Spider-Man
on
real
there.
close to each other because they're both at Christmas time.
Yes.
Well,
the same
the
Christmas,
very-
we think.
Well, the tag at the end is, I don't know how much time happened between the end of Spider-Man No Way Home and him swinging through New York
Yes.
City in the snow.
Yes.
So it is like wintertime when he sees MJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
You
the
know.
donut
Yeah,
shop.
yeah. And then Miss Marvel was like,
I'll
here's
meet
the
you
year.
at the donut.
Yeah.
Here's the day in the year.
Yes.
I'll let you
Well,
lick the frosting off. Yeah.
All right, okay.
Donut
Hey, we don't
I
sing
do
enough
have
on
to
this
do
show, guys.
okay.
Come on.
I do have to do a motivation. I will also say we're only $19 after I motivate. We're only $19 away from the next motivation, which I think might need to be a group motivation.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
saying, now that
Promise
everybody's
some
done
big
one.
I think
Big
it's
dogs.
300, right?
Okay.
I
We
said
can
it's
Mad
300.
Lib style.
Okay, well,
All right, Zach, 1 minute on the clock.
here's what I want to say. You know what? I could read this one inspired by Rocky,
Oh, he's throwing
but
away
I
the
don't need
script.
it. Camera 4?
Yes.
Lean over.
Take it, Dad.
he's
You
got-
got
Camera
it.
4. Listen, I'm talking to everybody in the chat, but specifically Anders Johansson.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Feeney. Match 143.
Ooh.
Old Gregor. And not Film Juice. My nemesis, okay? But all the rest of you, okay? And I'm saying Jack Kent, Graveyard, Battle for Beauty, Courtney Scott. I'm talking to you, Jordan Mad Stupid. I'm talking to you, Avril. I'm talking to you, Kenny G420,
Is this
okay?
the wrestler creamsicle?
I'm talking to you,
Crank that soldier boy.
ML Moves. I'm talking to you, Dylan Q-ish, okay? I'm talking to you right now, all right?
Wow.
I'm reaching through
Ooh.
your device, through your iPad, through your laptop, through your phone, however you're watching us right now.
Oh
And if you
my-
want more, we'll have to wait till the next motivation.
Oh my
okay?
gosh.
That's the preamble.
A cliffhanger.
Wow.
A
Some
cliffhanger.
motivations need 2 minutes.
Oh,
All right, that's all.
people
I don't know if that was a tear jerker, but it's definitely a something jerker.
Oh.
I feel like
around
Zach
her.
is activating sleeper agents within the chat.
Oh, yeah. I just saw a bunch of people go, acknowledged.
What are my orders?
So there's one other thing that came up in that Jessica Gao interview, or in one of her interviews she's been giving promoting She-Hulk. She brought up a topic that's fascinating to us, and it seems like it's going to be a big part of the show.
Yeah,
Brandon?
she was talking to the direct, and she said that towards the back half of this show, they're going to get into the Sokovia Accords. They're going to come back, and they're going to, she said directly, well, this show will answer the question of whatever happened to the Sokovia Accords. You remember those things? She promised you will get an answer to what actually happened to the Accords. Okay, so
Which
what
is
are
nice.
what are the Sokovia Accords?
Thank you.
You all know, you trash bags, you breakers, you roomies, you all know. But these dum-dums here, I got to remind them what it is.
Tell me
okay?
what it is.
They first showed up in Civil War. They're, of course, named after the great state of Sokovia.
Whoa.
Dropped from the sky. The home place of my boy Baron Zemo, the best man in the world.
Yeah.
He
The
was
best
right.
dancer.
The only one to beat the Avengers. You know him. That's where they first showed up in Civil War. Basically, The Avengers been running around causing problems, getting people killed, okay? 74 people died in the Battle of New York. That has to be a lie. That's a cover-up.
Yeah.
Way more than 74. Go rewatch it.
Oh my God, deep Marvel state. This should be a show we do on this.
Yeah.
We just uncover all the Marvel lies.
The Sokovia Accords, they of course caused the Civil War, the break between the Avengers, where Tony, the one who was right, all agreed that everyone should have to sign up and be regulated. Cap, that traitor, he ran away with all his he took his boy and he went home.
You call him a traitor.
Yeah, he's a traitor.
Okay.
But what the Sokovia Accords are, okay, they're rules and regulations for the activities of enhanced individuals, both in the government, so like agencies like S.H.I.E.L.D., and private sector. The Avengers are technically private. They're funded by Tony Stark. This was like a set of laws basically set up by the UN. It was ratified by 117 countries, and this happens in 2016 MCU.
I just want to also point out real quick, I believe, somebody can look this up, Chrissy in the chat or somebody, I think there are about 129 countries in the world. So there's about a dozen countries that refuse to sign the Sokovia Accords. I just want to point that out.
There are countries that refuse to sign like human rights legislation
Turkey,
from the UN.
not signing the Accords.
Wait, what?
North Korea refuses.
Not signing the
Hey,
Accords.
if we got any North Korean viewers, throw a couple doubloons in the chat. I want to see.
And by the way, I keep my promise. I will do the break room live, Your Excellency. I will bring over a crew of nerds, me, Rodman, Seagal, the whole gang. We're coming over there. Seagal's gonna get his hair painted just special for this. We appreciate you, Supreme Leader, born on the back of a rainbow unicorn, diving deep into the oceans with the strength of a narwhal and I'm sure the penis of a whale shark. Thank you, Kim Jong. I'm coming to you, baby. Break Room Live. You don't have the balls to have this show.
Oh, my God. Okay.
So, yeah, North Korea doesn't sign the Sokovia Awards. It leads to the...
Canada
It leads to the Civil War, right? So, like, Cap, if you remember Cap, Black Widow, Vision, Scarlet Witch, they go on the run.
Winter Soldier, of course. One of the big motivators.
Remember, at the end of Civil War, right, they all get arrested. They're in the jail. Tony breaks them out. He feels bad. But then Infinity War happens, and the snap happens, and we don't really hear much about the Sokovia Accords for a long time after that. But Jimmy Woo actually brought it up in WandaVision when it became discovered that Hayward had taken Vision's body and was using chaos magic to activate Vision's body, the magic that was left over on some remnants from the Hex. Jimmy Woo says that that goes against the Sokovia Accords. So they are still in place after the events of the blip and the snap. Now, Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of showed how the world fell apart and things were out of place. And now that everyone's back, they're trying to get things back in place. So that makes sense that the Sokovia Accords would come back into play. We don't really know what is in the Sokovia Accords. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. would bring it up all the time, but we don't know how canon all that is.
Watch them now that Wanda's gone. They're like, oh, we don't really.
But it's basically saying if you're an enhanced individual, you have to register your identity and your biometric data with the UN.
And real quick, Sam Wilson, who doesn't have any super soldier serum, normal guy. He does have cool machines and shields and stuff like that now. But he would also have to register.
Yes, yeah, I think.
Doesn't he have to register his weapons? Wasn't that the biggest thing? They were
and his weapons are technically government owned. It's really messy. There's a lot of parts to it because technically Vision was owned by the government. That's how Sword got him back.
Yeah.
Even though he belongs to Helen Cho, let him go home to his mom.
That's why Australia said Nor, and New Zealand said Norway.
Norway.
And Norway said yes.
So how is this gonna? How do we think the Sokovia Accords will play into She-Hulk?
Yes.
Is it gonna have something to do with Blonsky? Abomination is, Emil Blonsky was a guy who was being misled by Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes.
Who got injected with the serum
and was following orders.
He was following orders.
Right.
It's a great line of defense to take. I was just following orders. All right.
Historically not backed by the courts.
No. Nuremberg didn't really enjoy that defense.
This ain't Nuremberg, baby. This is Sokovia, dog. Okay? It's just following orders.
Your shirt.
But we were talking about it. It is perfect in that, we know She-Hulk's going to be a legal show, right? She's in courtroom. She's going to be defending some of these characters. They're setting up a superhero legal division or whatever.
Right.
The one law we know about that exists in the MCU that doesn't exist in real life are the Sokovia Accords, right?
So maybe it's a lot of
Article 14 of the Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, is this person guilty of violating the Accords?
Yes.
Is this person, can we enforce the Accords on this person? And She-Hulk says, "No."
And it's so insane to create something that big on like just Earth when it's like this is eventually even in the comics She-Hulk has like done universal law.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what are the Sokovia Accords to the like Watchers? They're like,
what does it mean to an
I don't see
Asgardian, right?
Yeah.
Now all the Asgardians now live on Earth and are part of New Asgard, so they probably have to follow Earth's rules.
Sure.
But what happens if you don't sign the Sokovia Accords? If you're an enhanced individual, who is there to stop you? There's no shield anymore. The's a sword and there's a DODC.
And also, that from Civil War, we know they've still probably not signed, right? It's
Yeah.
not like Cap came around
No.
and eventually signed,
And
right?
there was some amnesty given, in Falcon Winter Soldier, they kind of talk about how the Winter Soldier was given amnesty. Everything that happened with
Uncle
Endgame.
Jimmy, get out of here.
Grandpa,
Uncle
turn
Jimmy.
off your phone.
I wish I got hit up this much.
I haven't gotten that many texts in the last week.
What I think
might
happen is that if you have people not signing, is this where Nick Fury comes back to Earth and is like, if he's working with Sword and Sword is like the legal arm of dealing with enhanced individuals along with the DODC, is it going to put us in a position where you have like Nick Fury going up against She-Hulk? Because we assume She-Hulk's not going to be cool with it.
Yes.
Or will she? Because she's a lawyer.
I love, and again, we might get like a lawyer to come on the show at some point during She-Hulk and talk about like the real life
If we
implications.
can afford
of
the
some of these
billing
things.
hours, we'll
no,
do it.
we cannot. But
We know a few lawyers that have flamed out of the legal industry and are currently pursuing clowning careers. So
if you're a disbarred lawyer,
If you're-
shamefully disbarred, we'd love to have you on
and
the
any
show.
of the people that have represented me in the past come dirt cheap. I'm talking about my main attorney, Dr. Nasty.
You know who I'm talking about? The second motivational speech.
Oh, not another
Okay.
one.
Let's find
I'm talking about-
Get Tyler and turn his phone back on.
I'm talking about you, Benjamin Napoli.
Oh.
I'm talking to you again, Match 143. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Quentin. Yeah, Belsky. Yeah, Sean Canary Palomares. Yeah, I'm talking to you all, okay? Because it's Motivational Monday, all right? You don't need some goofball little league coach looking doofus on a device to tell you to get motivated,
You
okay?
moved in.
All the motivation you need is inside you, okay? Now wait until this show's over, okay? Watch it till its duration, maybe even rewatch it so we can accrue that kind of AdSense watch time, okay? But as soon as that's completed, I want you to tap into that inner well. It runs deep. It goes to the core of the earth, and that makes the water warm, okay?
Yeah.
Tap into that warm water well of motivation you have inside of you, okay? Start texting Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay? Reach down.
If you have Tommy's number, stop texting now.
Text him right now, live on the air. Oh my God.
Turn it off.
Okay.
Use
Thank
anyone
you.
else's phone now.
Sorry, guys.
I'm just jealous.
That was just the timer, okay? Hey, you want to hear the rest of it? $30 away, okay?
That's right, okay.
And we did ask in the chat, do you think She-Hulk will be for or against the Sokovia Accords? Against said 53%, which probably makes sense.
Oh.
I think
They paint them as a bad thing, but Tony Stark was right.
Well, and
guys.
if they're signed into law, she becomes powered after they're signed into law, right? They affect her, right? She
Right.
doesn't get a choice to sign or not sign. And in fact, even people that never signed, like, you're still impacted by laws you do not vote for or
It's
consent
true.
to,
It's
right?
true.
Like,
I think the signing was also to give them a little immunity
think-
for past instances.
I think them saying, Jessica Gal also mentioning that this is going to be the end, towards the end of She-Hulk, I think this is going to be the moment where she's like, I'm getting out of here, then I'm starting my own firm. And I think that's what will happen.
She's going
It's
to
like-
Jerry Maguire it?
Yeah, I think the Sokovia
yes.
Accords or the Sokovia Accords are going to be like too much to handle, and overall, it's like you can't stop it. Even if you see what's wrong with it and it makes no sense, it's like she's just one woman, and that's when she's like, then I just won't work for this firm. Like I will
Yes.
go make my own, where I choose my own cases, and I don't get to defend this piece of crap.
oh, we can all picture that, like, scene in the last episode where she's, like, putting her name on the door or, like,
Yeah.
putting the box on the desk. and,
Scraping
you
off the
know.
old door that was
Yes.
like Jones, Jacobson, and bitch-ass Esquires, and she's bought the building, and she's like, there's only one bitch-ass in this building now.
Why is there so much
on
bitch
a
ass,
bike.
bitch ass on this show? I
Fish on
don't.
a bike. Oh, sorry.
So why do you just keep yelling
Because
fish
I'm
on
my
a bike?
friend.
Oh,
And
okay.
we both are
hello,
from-
fish
we're
on a
from
bike.
Washington, but I'm wearing my Portland shirt.
But are you talking to me?
I will say though, in defense of the Sokovia Accords, there are good things in there. One of the things is that when you sign it as a country, you're not allowed to have enhanced individuals in your police force or in your militaries.
Oh.
So there are important. We do need these countries because we all love having the Avengers, but if a country with nefarious intentions gets a hold of enhanced individuals and starts using them in a bad way,
it's an arms
you're gonna
race.
want those Sokovia Accords.
Yeah, well, it's an arms race. You get a Red Guardian, Captain America, kind of, but on a macro, much less cuddly level.
Well, I think the Sokovia Accords are still too like who's on it? Because if freaking Val's team's on it, I don't want to be on it.
You know, and that's always but that's the thing with laws, right? Well, criminals don't follow laws, so why do we have laws?
This is what we need. Remember when you were in elementary school? I was there for 14 years, okay? Not by choice and not by their choice. It was basically a standoff. It was a stare down. Anyway, remember how they would put the Declaration of Independence and other things in these cute infographics that explain them? I need a Schoolhouse Rock style Sokovia Accord video.
We should. Yeah.
Well, I'm only a Sokovian Accord.
I'm feeling born. Oh, look up there, it's an island. It's time to make Sokovia Accords.
We don't sing enough on this show.
We need to get the gang that did the was it the Applebee's or was it the the Chili's commercial? We need to get those guys in here.
People falling to death. Write Sokovia Accords. Bones and blood on the ground. Quicksilver shot in the chest.
Oh my god.
Guys, we're never gonna get to talk about Andor.
Oh, we need to get the mandatory fight.
I want to apologize to Andor. We will.
But anyways, all that is to say, again, we could not be more excited for She-Hulk.
Big She-Hulk week.
The possibility, this show already in the trailers is showing us, again, a sense of humor, a fourth wall breaking, legality, sexiness, right? Stuff we have not seen in the other stuff.
Big gals. Big green gals.
Big green gals.
Oh,
BGGs.
BGGs.
Everybody head to the Forbidden Site and type in BGGs.
That's BBWGGs? I don't know.
Actually, that would just get you just a weird threesome video. Never mind. Don't do it.
BBWGG.
Cast motivational. You're right. What'd you say?
Whoa. Okay. Well, right before it, we're going to do an all-group motivational speech here. But real quick, speaking of She-Hulk, we want to promote our good friends at the Epic Hero Shop who made the shirt I'm wearing, who made the shirt Tommy's wearing, who made that wonderful Sokovia vodka, who makes the shirts that Jessica often wears. Not the one she's wearing today.
I do normally.
Don't feel bad about it.
She represents the brand frequently. But they make all this great merch. They've got a really cool line coming out for She-Hulk. Our new latest obsession shirt. What is popping you so hard, Tom?
Someone wrote, big green girls you can ride around on.
That's kind of funny.
Big green girls you can ride around on.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
BGG not getting caught by the filter in chat, and they love it.
Yes.
BGG?
Green eggplants in the chat.
Don't do it.
But they have a new line they have a whole line of shirts and merch coming out for She-Hulk, and they have it's called Lady Justice is the new latest obsession shirt. Now for that one, latest obsession shirts, limited edition, collectible, cool shirts. When you buy it, you can leave a message that Eric, MT, and Jessica will talk about on Inside Marvel.
That's right, because guess who's breaking down She-Hulk?
Oh,
yes.
This is breaking down
Our very own Jessica Clemons.
That's right.
She-Hulk on the
Our very own She-Hulk.
Broccoli in the chat. That's right.
Broccoli
Broccoli
in the chat. And I will only talk about Hulk's.
Oh my god.
Are we talking about Hulk stock? Is
Go, hurry.
Is Jolly Green Giant?
That's right.
Gosh.
You wouldn't like me when I'm horny.
Okay. Yeah. My secret is
Wait.
I'm always horny.
I'm always horny. Okay.
I stole it from you. Sorry.
But those shirts are already available. You can grab those from EpicHeroShop.com. Also, they got cool shirts coming out soon for House of the Dragon, Andor. I think they're working on some stuff for Rings of Power. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. Okay.
Someone in the chat said, you down with BDG?
Yeah, you know
me. Let's go.
Oh man, well I feel like today's episode's been pretty serious. So let's have a little fun now. Mandatory fun. Hit the graphic. Oh! That's right. Well, actually, before we get to motivational fun or mandatory fun, we broke a motivational plateau here.
Oh, cucumbers in the chat
We're
too. It's pretty nice.
supposed to cast motivational speech.
The money sign tongue out.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh my gosh.
And as a group, we're going to gangbang this motivational speech, okay? We're gonna unload.
It's gonna be a real Greek salad.
We're gonna unload some motivation. We are gonna unload. We're gonna run a train on this motivation.
Y'all,
2 minutes on the clock. All right.
Choo.
Choo. Hey, maybe there's a train you need to run this week. Maybe you've been thinking life has been too stationary for me. I need to get up on a train and run some trains over life. Okay.
That's right. Maybe you've been looking at things from the same perspective. Okay, you've just been looking head over heels, right? Maybe you need to flip that. Maybe a partner is head over heels and you're heels over heels.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it's not an Eiffel Tower, but an Eiffel Power you need.
Whoa, choo.
You know, the caboose might be empty right now, baby, but you're gonna fill it up, all right?
Choo. Maybe.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe you got a suckling pig that you need to spit roast, okay?
Yeah. Whoa.
Don't choo-choo that. Don't choo-choo that.
Hey, listen to me. You may see them as cowboys riding up on the train to rob them. You know what I see? New partners, interesting people to get to know. Throw some keys in a fishbowl this weekend. Take your wife out on a date. Wink at a couple. Flash a pineapple at them. Let them know you're part of the culture. Don't be afraid. Pineapples in the chat for the swingers. Pineapples in the chat for everybody.
Choo. Hey, curiosity didn't kill this cat or this cat.
Did someone say yard games? Because we're busting out the cornhole this weekend.
Choo. And don't forget to stop by the dining car, because you know it. Eating ain't cheating, baby. Choo.
And if that train starts slowing down, okay? If there's a little less coming out of that smokestack, all right? You know, get a little fuel for the fire.
That's
Okay?
right, Blue Chew!
Oh, we want to thank Blue Chew for not sponsoring us
but by the way,
this week, but they've sponsored many of our shows.
thanks for sponsoring other shit. But come down to the break room, you cowards. Simu, Blue Chew, you know what to do.
Choo. Simu, Blue Chew, you know what to do. Choo. Simu,
Blue Chew, you know what to do. Choo. Simu, Blue Chew, you know what to do. Choo. Play the graphic.
Was that our mandatory?
I mean,
it should have been.
Episode.
I don't really feel the need to do the actual segment we had planned out. The show's basically over. Why don't we read some super chats and maybe get to
Save
the
it for tomorrow?
polls.
we got a good other mandatory fun that will run tomorrow.
Yes.
You should definitely tune in tomorrow. But yeah, shout out Ethan Rivera, Jessica, I love you, Daddy. Both our mommy and our daddy. Old Gregor for more motivation. Thank you. We had a couple more polls. Brandon, could you read out there?
When we were talking about Stranger Things, we asked whose death hurt the most. 68% of you said Eddie, which is Barb Erasure. I won't have it.
That's right.
How dare you forget Barb? Bring her
Also,
back.
Sean Astin, pretty tough too.
It's not fair to put Eddie Munson even in that category.
That's
more
recency bias.
More rats jumping off the Barb ship than Nicki Minaj fans, okay? I'm down with the culture. I get what's going on, Barbs. Super freaky girls.
Also, will you go see Rogue One in theaters before watching Andor? 72% said no. That's fine. This better not be an indictment on Rogue One.
Because you gotta pay for it.
I know. We're out here.
I will say right now, not a lot in the theaters. I mean, I wish it was out this weekend. I might have tried.
I think there's a couple horror movies coming out at the end of this month.
What are you gonna go bawl your eyes out at Super Pets for the 5th time? Stop being such a freaking loser.
All right.
Go see Rogue One, you pieces of trash.
The show has to end or Tommy will be completely mute by the, it will lose his voice. But yeah, a couple other Match 143 garbage person here looking for a funny, interesting story from Eric's wedding weekend. As seen on social media.
I couldn't make it, unfortunately. I wasn't there.
Wait, where were you?
Olivia Ann, Barb's in the chat. See, I told you called the Barbs. They show up.
I mean, we'll leave most of the stories for Eric's to tell, but a fun time was had by the folks. A couple of folks that from the channel made it in lovely Chicago, who did us a solid by giving us very nice weather this weekend. Thank you, Troy, my beautiful friends.
And you know, Zach and I found out as we roomed together, put the pieces together in your own brains.
Choo.
We both like to sleep without the TV on. So it was,
that's when you know you're an adult.
Are you one of those people that can't fall? Any of you guys can't fall asleep without the TV on? You're one of those. You're a TV on person.
Yeah.
I used to be that way, but I broke out of the habit.
This is what I take off before I go to bed. The TV, all my clothes, and all my paintings off the wall so they don't come to life while I'm sleeping and kill me.
I do the exact opposite.
And your inhibitions?
Yeah.
I always break the
And my
smoke.
shame.
I break the smoke detector because I'm pretty sure there's a camera in there.
That's right. I'm done getting watched by Big Smoke. Now, I think we hit another.
I pay a guy named Big Smoke to watch me.
Is he the guy that sketches? No, we did get another. We did reach another level. I say we end this show on a motivational speech.
Yes.
I say we take it out. Jack, you want to say goodbye formally first before we do it?
Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Again, we're here every weekday, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. What time, Anders Johansson, are we in Norway? It's at like 2 a.m.? Thank you, my man.
Check out the Discord. If you're not on our Discord and you're 18 years or older, go there. You can submit a clip of the week from the show every week. It's very easy on YouTube to make a little clip, submit it. We air that at the end of the week. You can also leave voicemails on our Discord. We're threatening to release those voicemails on the air.
Release the mail.
We want to get a good collection of them
Yes.
together, so send them in. It could be nerd questions, it could be personal questions,
Yes.
whatever you want.
Someone in chat said we need a break room after hours, and lucky you, we're never gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean, this show is pretty much the same before hours and after hours.
This
I guess
particular break room was very
Yeah.
after hours. Though, you can follow us on TikTok, where there's a lot of content that is not on the break room. Tommy, Jessica, other folks doing some really fun work on TikTok.
All right, clock set. Listen to me. We've had a lot of fun today. It's time to stop laughing and time to start getting in the gym. I'm talking drop sets, 30-pound dumbbell curls, 20-pound dumbbell curls, 10-pounders. And then when your arms are crying for no more mercy, pick up those 5-pounders and chugga 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 choo choo.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
This is like an organic opening of an improv show now.
It's going to be a slow build motivation. Hey, I like how Jessica said it. Not all weeks are good weeks.
That's right.
Okay, some weeks start off rough. Maybe you couldn't fall asleep early on Sunday night because you slept in too much Sunday morning, right? Maybe today started slow. You needed that extra cup of coffee. Your boss is not being cool. Your mom called and is yelling at you for something. Okay, forget it. Okay, because Tuesday is the Monday of Tuesday.
That's right.
Okay, you know what I mean?
This is just Tuesday Junior, baby.
Yeah,
That's right.
You know what? Go out, go get your lips greasy. Eat that KFC. You can spend whatever amount of money you want on Uber Eats, Postmates, or DoorDash. Today's the day for you to live yourself, and I'm gonna go get me a chicken fried steak.
Choo-choo. Hey, did your partner yell at you because you brought home another Funko Pop? Too bad. They're your Funko Pops. You do what you want with them. Go out, get 2 more, get 3 more. I don't care how many Funko Pops you get. They're yours. Collect them. Hoard them. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo, choo-choo. Last night I woke up screaming, bleeding from my neck to my head. Okay? I didn't know what happened. I had just returned home from a long weekend in Chicago with friends, celebrating. But you know what I said? We gotta stop the bleeding, start the breeding, baby. It's a new week.
No.
Choo-choo! Choo-choo!